Thank you for that introduction, and thank you, Scott, for having us. I'm Joe Connell. I'm founder and CEO of NeuEsse. What I'd like to talk about is skin. Skin is the largest organ in our bodies. It makes up 60% of who we are. Yet there's not one of us in this room or online that will go through our lives without damaging that organ. We get cuts, scrapes, bruises. We also end up with diabetic foot ulcers, burns, and in the end, we'll probably have bed sores. Conversely, young people will have breast reconstruction, Mohs surgery, biopsies, and nevus removal. So we damage our skin all the time. The severe injuries to the skin call for skin replacement products. The problem is it's a crowded market, but the skin products that we could use are made from pigs, cows, and cadavers with their own inherent problems of cost, preparation, handling, and storage, and finally, acceptance. There are cultures and religions that won't accept skin from pigs, cows, or cadavers. We think we have the solution. In this pig, cow, and cadaver world of skin replacements, here is my competition. You'll see this come from neonatal foreskins and placental material and intestines from sheep and pigs. So what we've done is have a product that works better. It's a skin substitute made from soy protein. It's more efficacious, which I'll prove in about 3 slides, but we have healed a full thickness wound and published in the public domain. A full thickness wound was healed with intact hair follicles, sweat glands, and minimal to no scar. So it works better. So if it works better, more acceptable, it's orders of magnitude less expensive to spin soy protein than to decellularize animal or human tissue. There's no storage, handling, refrigeration. It doesn't expire. It's not temperature sensitive. And socially, it's more acceptable to have a plant-based natural skin than pigs, cows, and cadavers, we believe. Let me prove that it works better. This is our full thickness wound that's been published, and you'll see on the bottom our soy skin in 28 days healed faster and with minimal to no scarring. This is quite a breakthrough in wound healing and dermatology and beauty as well. Armed with the data of full thickness wounds working so well, we went head to head with a product competitor from Smith & Nephew. And we picked Oasis as a skin replacement. And our top 3 ABC slides are showing that in day 3, we had the epithelium and skin cells lined up and organized, and you did not see that with Oasis. And B and C, you'll see that in 7 days, we saw the appearances of hair follicles and sweat glands, and that wound bed was filled with newly produced collagen. So in essence, we have the first plant-derived skin substitute. We have an experienced management team to bring this forward. There's global IP surrounding the skin and some devices I'll talk about in a minute. And we're seeking a $5 million A round to commercialize, launch, get through the FDA, and develop our second product. Our second product is a liquid sprayable skin. And we have heavy IP surrounding the portable electrospinner that will enable us to shoot the skin onto the patient without touching a burn victim, nursing home patient, or diabetic foot ulcer. You'll see on our website 15-second video of liquid skin sprayed onto a functioning, healthy hand, and it doesn't crack, peel, or leave that patient, which is pretty revolutionary. If you've ever had a bandage, sometimes they come loose and they peel. We're tackling a market of acute wounds, diabetic foot ulcers, bed sores, about $78 billion. And no one's going to stand here and say we're going to claim it all, but there are a lot of silos of revenue that we can go after, not even touching on aesthetic beauty such as post-laser ablation and breast reconstruction, C-section, some other things that we could do. This is highly published in the scientific literature, but no one has endeavored to put it into a marketing because we've worked under the radar. It works so much better than other products. We did not want to be discovered at the valuation point we are now, and it's probably time to unveil what we really have. Since I presented last year, we've done some tremendous advances in research. We're about to embark in a diabetic foot ulcer with Jim McGuire, a professor and physician at Temple University. At the University of Pittsburgh, Dr. Peter Rubin has been working with us on a thermal burn study, and also on a donor graft site, both studies paid for by the Army. Dr. Rubin uncovered the first side effect we've ever encountered with our skin. When he put the soy skin onto the mice for a thermal burn study, they found it so tasty they ate it. So we got around that with a bandaged covering, but the science is incredible. And Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Phil Campbell studied vesicle binding, which it was so cerebral I didn't know what he wanted to look at. But the results are stunning. I'll show you in the next slide. He looked at vesicle binding for a platform technology to deliver stem cells and growth factors and found that it was twice as binding as the product on the market for sale in that arena. We've had skin in the Institute of Surgical Research in San Antonio that's associated with Brooke Army Medical. Here, I'm not going to spend much time, it's so cerebral. We have found that OmegaSkin can deliver stem cells and growth factors for platelets, insulin, bone morphology. There's a lot of science here and not a lot of time, but I could handle this in questions afterwards. This should propel us into transplantation surgery, severe burns, and beyond. And his work will be published at the end of the summer. So the clinical pathway, we've published enough data to get a 510(k) approval. We have been working with the FDA on our submission meeting. That should be coming up in a couple weeks. With that in mind, we'll have indications for bed sores, diabetic foot ulcers, venous stasis, pressure, and everything that goes with a dressing. We have a portable spin blower which will be de novo, and stages of development. We develop the product, we develop the market, and then we look for partners. We are in early negotiations with country sub-licensing agreements in the UK and in Japan. This electrospinning methodology can be manufactured here or in any of the sub-licensed countries, or regionally. It takes a very small footprint to manufacture. We get the 510(k), and we've been told by the Department of Defense that we are much more fundable. This is lightweight, doesn't expire, and should be in the backpack of every warfighter we have, because the rules of engagement have changed that we're not going to be able to get our soldiers out of this austere situations they're going to find themselves, and we can use the skin there without worrying about handling, refrigeration, or expiration. We are working simultaneously on the portable blow spinner. It's a redesign. It's being worked on by a design group in Pittsburgh. And we're looking right now at CE marking for approval in Europe, and we'll submit to the NHS in England. We're looking for the $5 million. We'd like to take it in tranches with milestone-based achievements so that we can reward. We look for $125 million in sales by year 5, which is very, very reasonable. And within 5 years, we look to exit with an auction to the competitors that we have beaten so badly on the science. So we have a product line of OmegaSkin. We have IP surrounding the portable blow spinner, which has been used to not only spray the skin, chitosan, hyaluronic acid, and we'll look at other therapeutics. And then we have the liquid sprayable skin to be developed behind that. We have a fourth IP, which I couldn't fit on the slides because I did my own, but we have a porous gradient skin for greater infiltration and regenerative properties. We have a seasoned team. We just added 3 new scientific advisors, all professors and physicians at the University of Temple. All 4 of our advisors are. And we will take questions afterwards, and I really appreciate your time to hear about our skin. Thank you.